The storm-crowned mammoth launched a desperate assault. Lightning wrapped around its massive tusks. It pierced the chest of the bone titan. Sparks flew from the broken ribs, but the titan did not fall. It seized the trunk of the beast. It executed a violent throwing technique. The massive mammoth slammed into the ground. The audience gasped in shock. This was a martial arts move. Leon had taught his giant how to fight. The titan mounted the fallen beast. It rained heavy blows upon the head. It used a pummeling technique to crush the enemy. Crack. Dottum. One of the massive tusks snapped off. The mammoth lord watched in horror. His hero unit was being humiliated. The mammoth scrambled to its feet. It tried to escape the beatdown, but the titan used a rolling technique to dodge. It delivered a flying kick. The mammoth fell again. The titan mounted it again. It smashed the second tusk. The hero unit had lost its pride. It fled back to its master like a beaten dog. Victor Magnus was furious. He ordered his entire army to attack. 700,000 mammoths charged at the single titan. They intended to grind it to dust. The titan fought like a demon. It used sweeping kicks and throws. It killed 20,000 enemies. But eventually, its energy ran out. The titan collapsed into a pile of bones. Victor cheered for the kill. He ordered his troops to destroy the pilot. But Leon had a counter. He sent the Minotaurs to charge the line. It looked like a suicide mission. But the skeleton reviver was waiting above. It activated its resurrection ability. Every dead Minotaur stood up. Every dead mammoth stood up. The dead turned against the living. Bone mammoths pierced their former allies. Victor ordered a massive trampling attack. Shockwaves shattered the skeletons. But the reviver brought them back instantly. Victor watched his advantage vanish. His army was shrinking rapidly. Leon was gaining soldiers with every death. The audience screamed that it was unfair. They claimed it was a hallucination. They demanded a refund. They accused the arena of rigging the match. They said a divine creature should not have 3 hero units. Victor screamed in frustration. He vowed to learn a holy spell next time. His losses crossed the 50% mark. He had no choice. He surrendered the match. Leon stood victorious in the arena. The corpses were converted into a core fragment. He prepared to leave. But a mysterious voice demanded his attention. He was pulled into a hidden luxury room. Invisible administrators spoke to him. They had watched his battle. They offered him a special status. The arena needed a new owner. They were selecting heirs from the best fighters. There were 349 others. Leon calculated the benefits. He would get free teleportation. He would get his own private arena. The final selection was far in the future. He decided to take the risk. He accepted the offer. A bloody mark appeared on his arm. He became the 350th successor. The voice explained the responsibilities. When there were 500 successors, a final ritual would begin. It would likely be a battle to the death. Only one could own the arena. Leon knew the risks, but he also knew the rewards. The arena was built on a super dimension. It generated trillions in revenue. To own it was to be a king. He accepted the mark. Leon returned to the lobby. Mr. Smith ran to meet him. The teacher was trembling with joy. He handed Leon a card. It contained the winnings from the bet. 1 billion divine power. Leon almost dropped the card. He had never seen so much money. He did not know how to spend it. Mr. Smith gave him advice. He suggested buying a god-tier artifact. Leon was only a divine creature. He asked if he could wield such power. Mr. Smith assured him it was possible. Money could solve any compatibility issue. A massive shadow fell over them. Someone shouted for the swarm. It was Victor Magnus. Leon hid behind his teacher. He thought the demigod wanted revenge. Mr. Smith stepped forward to protect his student. But Victor raised his hands in peace. He was not there to fight. He introduced himself properly. He was a student at the Imperial Academy. He was impressed by the battle. He asked which academy Leon belonged to. Leon admitted he was just a high schooler. Victor was shocked. He could not believe a high schooler beat him. He laughed out loud. He admired the potential of his opponent. He offered to recommend Leon to the Imperial Academy. He promised to help him get an entrance test. Leon asked if he was serious. Victor nodded and walked away. Leon looked at his teacher. He had a recommendation. He had 1 billion divine power. It was time to go shopping. He was going to buy an artifact.